When it comes to gold IRA investments, avoiding tax pitfalls is crucial for safeguarding your wealth. But unfortunately, many people don't realize just how easy it is to fall into tax traps that can cost them thousands. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid these pitfalls so you can protect your hard-earned savings and ensure your investments work for you, not against you. Now, before we get started, if you're serious about protecting your wealth in the next 2 weeks, click the first link in the description for a free guide on why thousands of Americans are turning to gold IRAs to protect their wealth. It's a valuable resource, especially if you have at least 100Ks in your IRA or 401k, or even more if you've been able to save $5 million or more. When you open a gold IRA, you're looking at a potentially powerful way to hedge against inflation and diversify your portfolio. But the IRS has strict rules about how these accounts should be managed, and failing to follow them can have disastrous consequences. Let's start with the most common tax mistake: rolling over your existing IRA or 401k into a gold IRA improperly. Many investors don't realize that when they transfer funds from their traditional IRA to a gold IRA, it must be done via a direct rollover. If you don't do this right, the IRS may treat it as a distribution, which means you could be hit with a penalty and taxes on the amount you transfer. It's easy to avoid this mistake by working with a professional custodian who specializes in gold IRAs. Next, be cautious about the storage of your gold. The IRS has very clear guidelines about where your precious metals can be stored to maintain the tax-deferred status of your gold IRA. The gold must be kept in a depository that is approved by the IRS. If you decide to store it at home or in a safe deposit box, you could be at risk of taxes and penalties. Even though it seems like a good idea to keep your gold close, following the IRS rules for storage is non-negotiable if you want to avoid penalties. Another pitfall is withdrawing your gold too soon. If you take a distribution before you turn 5912, the IRS is going to hit you with not just taxes, but also a 10% early withdrawal penalty. Gold IRAs are meant to be long-term retirement vehicles, so the last thing you want to do is pull out your funds early. If you're concerned about liquidity, there are ways to set up a distribution strategy that won't trigger early withdrawal penalties, but you'll need to work with an expert to get this right. Now let's talk about the importance of keeping accurate records. The IRS expects you to track your gold's value and keep detailed records of any purchases, sales, or transfers. If you can't provide proper documentation, it could result in taxes being assessed on the full value of your assets without any of the deductions or credits you're entitled to. This is why choosing a custodian that offers strong reporting tools and making sure you keep your own records is so essential. Lastly, be aware of prohibited transactions. The IRS has rules about what you can and can't do within your gold IRA. For example, you can't buy gold from a family member or engage in personal use of the gold, like holding it or selling it for personal use. If you violate these rules, your gold IRA could lose its tax-deferred status, and you could be subject to hefty penalties. Always remember, gold in your IRA is for your retirement. It's not for personal gain until you retire. To avoid these tax pitfalls, you need to stay informed, follow the rules, and work with a custodian who knows the ins and outs of gold IRAs. By doing so, you'll be setting yourself up for long-term success, not only in terms of your investment, but also by avoiding any unwanted tax liabilities. If you're serious about protecting your wealth and you have 100K or more in your IRA, 401k, or even 5&M Plus in savings, now is the time to act. Click the first link in the description for your free guide on gold IRAs, and make sure you take control of your retirement savings the right way. Don't let tax pitfalls cost you your hard-earned money. Take action today. Remember, avoiding tax pitfalls with your gold IRA is about following the rules and setting yourself up for success. You don't want to leave your retirement to chance. Get the guidance you need and avoid costly mistakes. Click that link now.